to talk about the Canada's national horse, the Canadian. Committee members are here to tell us a little bit more about their fundraising efforts, and I'm talking with Darlene Burns and Don Cook. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
What is this wonderful project the two of you are spearheading about the horse, the Canadian horse?
Well, absolutely. It is a Canadian horse. It's our national horse. It became our national horse in 2002. And we are trying to raise funds to erect a full-sized bronze statue of this horse. And you can see the maquette sitting here in front of us. And Dave Sheridan, a local artist, designed this. And it does have a notion of pulling that stump out of the ground, being very powerful, being very strong and hardy horse. And that's what the Canadian horse was about.
My heavens.
And so our goal is to raise enough money to make a bronze statue full size of this horse.
So what is the earmarked amount? How much do you have to raise?
Well, I can answer that.
Okay.
Originally, when we were putting all the numbers together, we anticipated we needed $310,000. But now we think it's going to be a lot less. There are a few things like some in-kinds. We'll know this probably within the next couple of weeks when we get the final engineering drawings.
Yes.
Anyway, but it's going to be a little bit less. But the good news is we're over $150,000. And we just had our fundraising launch September 1st. So this is pretty cool.
It's very good.
There's a lot of support out there for this
Absolutely.
particular project. This is awesome. I just, are they endangered species? Are they?
Well, they are. Their numbers are down. But if I could just back up and tell you the history of the Canadian horse.
Yes, I appreciate that.
In the 1600s, this whole area where we're living right now was New France, and Louis XIV sent boatloads of horses of his best stables, and they landed along the St. Lawrence River, near Quebec, in that area. And for about 150 years, those horses multiplied, and very few other breeds were involved in it. And so this little hardy horse developed. And the nickname is the Little Iron Horse. And over a period of time, they became very valuable. So in the 1800s, you would have seen all sorts of horses like this in and around the Brockville area, all the way along the St. Lawrence, of a very hardy horse. And the history and the importance of them, of course, if you were in Brockville or any small town in the 1860s, the streets would have been full of horses. So it's really important. It was our car, it was our truck, it was our boat, or not our boat, but our tractors, provided so much. And the relationship between the humans that were handling the horses and the horses themselves was very strong and very, very important.
Isn't that interesting?
It is. It's amazing.
Thank you for that history, because I didn't know. I didn't know that end of it. Oh my! Wow. Okay. So can we talk about the statue? It's going to be life size, as you have already indicated. Where's it going to be?
Well, it's going to be at Upper Canada Village, and there's a reason for that. And Don can talk a little bit about this as well. But primarily, they have about 25 horses, Canadian registered horses there, that they work every day. And they're a historic site. They have 250,000 visitors a year. It's just the perfect location for this Canadian horse to be there.
Yes.
So we've partnered with St. Lawrence Parks Commission, and they've set up a location outside the Discovery Center, so you don't have to pay to get in and see it. Once it's there, it's just going to be gorgeous. Yeah, Don, do you have anything to add to that?
That's
well,
nice.
it's the perfect spot. You know, that they have these registered Canadian horses, and as we mentioned before, in 2002, this breed of horse became Canada's national horse. So this, to our knowledge, this will be the only statue of a Canadian horse in Canada. So it's a national project.
I've never heard of any other place that has had one.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
And they're very very hardy, very tough horses. In the 1860s, in the Civil War, about 30,000 was shipped south to the Americans to take part in the Civil War. And then, of course, after that, in the later early 1900s was World War I, and here we are right around Remembrance Day. And about 6 million horses died in World War I worldwide.
We don't think of that, though, do we?
We don't.
No.
But they've played a very important part in our
did.
lives. And so we just want to attribute to these horses.
Where did the idea come from?
Well, we just thought it was an important idea. Yeah, there were several
Really?
people. Yeah.
So just one day you woke up and thought,
Well, I
hey,
worked at Upper Canada Village for 15 summers. And so I drove these horses
okay.
daily
Yes.
for 7 hours every day, just taking harness off and just seeing how tough and hardy and how important they were to the development of Canada. And so somewhere in Canada, we had to say thank you or tell people the story of this important horse.
And who is the statue of?
Well, we literally hooked to Helen, Canadian registered horse, onto a log, not a stump.
Yes.
And so then the artist took the pictures of the horse. So that is a picture of a live horse. And so Helen's body, and then they had a horse named Rocky at Upper Canada Village. And
Yes.
Rocky was a type of horse that was very much alive and full of fun and energy. And so the head part of this statue is a little bit more like Rocky. Rocky was the kind of horse that you just wanted to work with.
Okay.
If you were working somewhere, you would want to work with somebody like a Rocky because they had energy. They wanted to do things. They wanted to have fun at doing it. And so you just sort of fell in love with this horse. And the people at Upper Canada Village did too.
Oh.
And in your viewing, I'm sure there's all sorts of people in this area that would know how a relationship between a human and a horse can be.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
good for us mentally and physically just to be around a horse.
True enough. So we're Helen and we're Rocky, right? So two horses actually have lent their
Yes.
body
Yeah, the photograph.
to the creation of this statue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my heavens.
I know, it's very neat.
Oh, well, I'm glad you came up with that idea.
Well, it's good.
Yes, I'm so glad. So tell us about how people can contribute. What can a public do to help?
Okay, I can answer that.
Please.
First of all, it's all volunteer. This committee is all volunteer. There are 4 of us
Okay.
volunteering, partnering with the St. Lawrence Parks Commission.
Yes.
And the way we're going to raise our funds is through plaque donation, donations for people to have their name on a bronze plaque near the statue.
Yes.
Right? So all of these donations are going to be private. So we're not getting government funding and things like that. No taxpayer money is involved. So we have 2 big plaques. One will be our major sponsors. The other one will be Friends. In the center, we'll have the history of the Canadian horse. So we have sponsor categories. We have a sponsorship package that we have for any sponsors. The categories, we have the $100,000 major one is sold. So the next one is our partners for $20,000, and we have 3 of those left only. So time, it's don't have a lot of space.
No.
And then we have associates, and they are $5,000, and we have 4 of those left. And then on the right-hand side, we'll have Friends for $1,000 and $2,000, and they have a different space size. And so this is how we're getting our funds, and we've had tremendous reception so far. And we just want everybody to know so that they don't miss out on getting that.
They have the opportunity.
Yes.
So now's the time. If
Yeah.
you want to be
Absolutely.
part of this project, now.
Yes, and
Yes.
new to this project
Yes.
is our Christmas gift card that we just developed. It will be on our Facebook page, and it'll be individualized. So if somebody wants to surprise the person who has everything for
Yes.
Christmas, they can make a donation to have their name put on the plaque. Okay. And then what will happen is we'll develop one of these cards just for them. They can put it under the tree, whatever, and it'll be a nice surprise for that individual.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful in doing that. Very much so. Wow. Okay. Contact information. We have to tell people how to contact you.
Yeah.
What's the best way?
The best way is to go on our Facebook page. We have a populated Facebook page. It's called Honoring Canada's National Horse, the Canadian, because that's the title of our project, Honoring Canada's National Horse. And then that will have the links to the website for the St. Lawrence Parks Commission. And there you can make online donations. And on our Facebook page, we have the donation form. We have all sorts of information. We have media releases from our September 1st launch.
Yes.
And we will have all the information about these Christmas cards, gift cards, and whatever they have. And if they want to contact Dawn or I, we have our information there as well. So, and by the way, if a sponsor wants to have their organization name on there, we can meet with them. We can go through our information and give them a sponsor package. It's just a wonderful opportunity for people.
It is, and it's one of these that it's going to be lasting.
Yes, perpetual. We call it perpetual.
Well,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
It
yeah.
is.
Tax receipts.
Yes.
That's my next question. Income tax receivable. So yes, so income tax receipts can be given.
$50 or more donation, you will receive a tax receipt. And so I mean, it's a great way to honor Canada's national horse, to be part of history. Right? So you're part of Canadian history. The horse has a coin that's made after it. It also has a stamp, so there's also a lot of Canadian recognition here for this. And we're targeting horse owners, horse enthusiasts, people that just want to have a marker somewhere to be remembered by.
Well, individuals who feel and support horses and just the love of the horse.
Absolutely.
Just anybody,
Absolutely.
So it's so when this is an unfair question. When do you think the possibility of being able to go down to Upper Canada Village and stand near Helen and Rocky and have a photo taken?
Ooh, do you want me to answer that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we are targeting for this life-size statue to be installed by the fall next year. That's pretty aggressive. I know, that's pretty aggressive. But we have a great team ourselves. There's Dawn and Susan LeClaire and Ron DeVries and I. We've got Andrew Melchers, the volunteer engineer.
Yes.
And of course we have Dave Sheridan. I mean, what a wonderful guy locally. We have the team.
You've got the team.
And we're going to do it. And all we need is support from the community and public. I mean, this information has gone Canada-wide. So we're really hoping that's our target. So fall. Yeah.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you want our viewers to know about the project that you're...
Well, it's an opportunity.
I agree with you.
To get your name on a plaque forever, for years and years and years on a horse statue. You won't happen often.
No, and you're honoring a
Canada's
specific breed
national
of horse.
Exactly. And their contribution to the development of Canada.
And I think, Doreen, we should we want to thank the St. Lawrence Parks Commission. They've been so good and for letting us put the statue there. And man, when they have their visitors coming in, I'm sure that everybody will just have a full sense of pride in that. Yeah.
I think they will, and visitors.
Yes.
Visitors will see this. Well, what is this?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Young and old.
Yeah. Right now, there's a great big sign up that says "Future Sight of," and it has this maquette. It's beautiful.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you for coming in and sitting down and telling us about this wonderful, wonderful project.
It was a pleasure being here.
Absolutely.